All right, fellas, here's a question that I have for you. How far are you willing to go to actually earn your woman's forgiveness after you got caught cheating? Would you do like this guy right here?
Feel free. He's a cheater. 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 What are you doing, bro?
Relationship can be quite complicated. From the outside looking in, when we see certain things happening, it's easy to actually draw a conclusion of why something happened, how did it happen, so on and so forth. And our judgment tend to be based on our biases. Now, imagine, right? Let's say that you cheated on your girl or something like that, right? And then now you have to actually put on a whole display, a whole charade, or should I say, like a humiliation ritual to actually earn your woman's forgiveness. And would you actually do it?
Look at the cheater. Turn around for your fans. He had a 2-year affair while I had his second baby. We intentionally had a second baby, and he was having an affair the whole time.
Yeah, you ain't catching me doing that, boss. I mean, don't get me wrong. From the outside looking in, it sounded pretty bad, right? It's like you've been having a whole 2-year affair and stuff like that, and then now you got a second baby on the way, blah blah blah, right? But obviously, we're not getting his side of the story because he's pretty much being muzzled up. He's getting humiliated and stuff like that, while the girl is now on a moral high ground, basically, to be like, yeah, see, I told you, man, ain't shit, blah blah blah. See, look at what he's doing, and this and that. He's a cheater. He's a cheater. He's this. He's that. And not realizing both of them looking pretty stupid right now. Here's the funny thing, right, about like people who are emotional or people who actually are prone to self sabotage. And I'm not just talking about her. I'm also talking about him, because when you do certain things, right, and sometimes you don't think about how it would actually affect you on the long run, right? Like, I don't, okay, I advocate for guys to avoid cheating, right? Not because, like, because of, not, I should like put it this way, right? If your mindset is that I don't cheat because of her, then when you find yourself in circumstances where you can actually cheat, you will do it. You have to look at it from the perspective of like, well, I'm not cheating because of me, right? There are certain things that I'm not doing because of me, because cheating doesn't really benefit you if you're in a relationship as a guy, right? Because what tend to happen is this, right? You cheat, right? You had a moment of weakness, however it may be, or you're a piece of shit, doesn't matter, right? You cheated. And now she can use this as leverage. So if she stay, right? Let's say 8 times out of 10, she will stay, right? Because it's hard out here for it's hard out here for a relationship and stuff like that, especially for women, right? And they don't want to be alone, and let's say if you were out there paying all them bills and blah blah blah, right? So she don't want to really go, but her pride is wounded, so she gotta do something about the situation, so she gotta humiliate you. And she has this now moral high ground to the point now, regardless of all the argument that you might have in this relationship. Whenever she feel like whether you are right or you are wrong, she will always pull that card out of her behind to let you know that you ain't shit, that you cheated on her. Remember, so anything that she does after this is justified. It doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't matter if you change. It doesn't matter if you're like a decent human being now. It does not matter, because to her, you are a piece of crap and there's nothing you can do. However, what tends to happen in those circumstances like that, right? The men either like, become better as a human being, don't make the same mistakes and all that stuff. But the woman, on the other hand, kind of remain the same, because she's still operating under the guise of you never change, you're the same. So then therefore, if you still ain't shit, then I don't have to change neither. I can be the same person that I was when we first met, blah blah blah. And then that justification remains, so she doesn't grow as a human being. She just stayed the same, and the guy just kind of grow, and at some point move on. And I get it, right? Because in a relationship, it's not like that, right? When you violate a contract, and well, it's like a understanding, right? When you violate that, then there's gonna be a party that's actually hurt, right? And I understand the pain, I understand the frustration that comes with it. However, right? As a person, as a human being, I'd say this, right? You should never love your partner more than you respect yourself. Repeat that again. You should never love your partner more than you respect yourself. And a lot of time, if you are not getting what you want out of a relationship, then it's best that you actually break it apart than having to like sneak behind her back or his back or whatever to actually like get what you want out of somewhere else, and then try to come back home playing the perfect daddy, the perfect husband, or the perfect this, the perfect that. It's best that you just not be in a relationship, right? Because if you value your freedom, if you actually don't want to have to argue over every little thing just to get what you want, then you best actually being single, right? So, yeah, the whole humiliation ritual, that's a tough thing to sell, because I ain't putting on that shit. I'm sorry. I ain't doing that. And I think I would advise the guy, right? Because if, let's say, you can't fix what you have broken, right? If you can't do it, then just take the L, walk away, and learn from your fuck up, right? And yeah, I would say like sometimes you try your best to actually make it work. Oh, and it's a lot of work though. Try to make it work afterward. It's a lot of work, and you're not even sure afterward. After you put in all that effort, then you change, you become a better person. That person's gonna stay afterward. There's no guarantee that's gonna happen, but it's up to you whether or not you want to stay and fix what you've broken, or just move on and be like, all right, you know what, I screwed up. There's no reason for me to stick around because I don't deserve you, or some poetic stuff like that, and just move on with your life. Does that make you a piece of crap? Yeah. Does that mean that she's gonna, you're gonna fall into the category of like, what you gonna call it? All you men ain't crap, stuff like that. Will she she think of you whenever she's saying that slogan? Yeah, she would, right? So the thing is, try to avoid doing the dirt as much as you can. But if you happen to screw up, because we're all human at the end of the day, if you happen to screw up, then take the L and move on. Yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I'm your host, The Haitian. So share, like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, by the way, I do have a blog. I have some merch in there and everything like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you should check it out. The Hub Life, baby. I'm out of here. Peace.
Leave you with anything, I want to leave you with this. Hear me clearly when I say this. There are people who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season. There are people who come in your life like boosters for a rocket. If you ever watch a rocket go into space, the boosters fall off when it reaches a certain altitude. Some people are not equipped to handle the altitudes that you're going to. So don't be afraid when they fall off. They're not bad people. They just couldn't go where you're going.